In this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly what to do when there's a wick inside your breaker structure. Now, the first thing you want to do is stop being fucking retarded. If things are confusing, you just avoid the charts entirely. Why are you trying to force a trade if it doesn't fit your plan? If you have something like this, let's say your strategy is boss F boss. If you have 100 back-tested trades on boss F boss, right? You know, look, structure, liquidity, supply and demand, confirms, and then you encounter this, why are you trying to trade it? If it's too confusing, you avoid it. If we put that aside, I'm going to explain to you what you actually do. But just remember, if things are too confusing, you just avoid. You don't have to find the next source, the next strategy, the next trade, none of that stuff. Now, we're going to show you my stuff. I'm going to show you my stuff. If it's a wick to wick, if it's a wick to wick, then it's a sweep. If it's a wick to body, then it's a breaker structure. In this case, now write this down because you guys are going to forget. I'm going to remove this and remove this. This is what I mean. If it's this wick here as a low, dragging out to here, that's the wick. We're going to call it a sweep. Now, the reason why I'm not dragging it out, because I know some mentors are going to say stuff like, oh, you need to drag it out until there's a body close. That's just retarded. You want to know why? Because every single movement counts. This is a weekly time frame. When price swept here, it then moved how many pips? From the lowest to this high here. It moved 930 pips. But you need to drag it out yet. Bro, it doesn't matter. You don't need to drag it out because this move here after the sweep moved 930 pips. You risk one lot, you make 9k. That's why these little movements count. Everything in the market is building up liquidity, and this right here proves that it got swept. If you mark this as a breaker structure, so let's say this is a breaker structure. If you're a traditional SMC trader, you mark the supply zone. You would have been like, oh, the breaker structure, supply zone, we're bearish. But what ended up happening? If you traded my style and you understood that this is a sweep, and this is literally what I'm teaching you, it's a sweep, you then know that this is not a supply zone, it's weak, it's not even a clean supply zone, and then you would have marked this as the new low as well. So instead of having this part being the breaker structure, you then have this sweep and then a new low here, which is this sweep. You see how it swept here and then gave us a body close above the sweep, above this area here, this low. We know that this is not a breaker structure. What then happened? The high inside this range broke structure to the upside. So we can then call that a change of character. And then what happened? Price broke the high here. Everyone looking for shorts would have got railed. And then we knew that price was bullish. So if we wanted to look for a long, let's say we marked out, if we dropped the time frame, marked out the band zone, whatever. But in this case, I would have not taken the trade. But we would have known that the direction was bullish rather than bearish. So everyone who was bearish for the past, let's say here, start off from this sweep, after this demand reaction, people who were bearish for nearly, or basically more than half a year, they were in the wrong side of the market, you know, for weeks, for months. But we knew that maybe this move, we would have waited. And then let's say we had took an entry, we would have been bullish from the get-go, targeted this high, and closed out. You guys need to understand that most profitable traders don't even trade the same. You need to do your own testing. Even though I'm teaching this sweep method, you need to do your own testing. This is sourced from the mentorship that I run. The same mentorship where I provide all my outlooks, all my trades, and analysis. Like, even though I provide that stuff, no one even copies the same shit. They have to do, well, obviously they look over my notes, but they don't even do the same shit. They have their own refined strategy. That's what you need to do to be profitable. You guys can't just be strategy hopping, looking for more trades, looking for more setups. Like I said, if things are too confusing, if you have things like this, you don't know what to do, avoid the fucking setup because you never tested it. If you are confused about something, 1, avoid it, and then 2, test it out. Get more data on it. Get 100 trades, and that's how you build information. If you ask someone, oh yeah, is this valid? They'll probably say yes, but I promise you, most people, 99% of the time, they don't know shit. Something that's not working for them may work for you. Like, some crack strategy that you figured out, they probably think it's full of shit. And then if you're making money, that's all that matters. That's why with everything inside this trading space, you take it for a grain of salt. Same as the analysis I provide. You only take it for a grain of salt if it's not working for you. What if I posted, something like this because I entered this trade here. I got a Boss FBoss supply zone, took the trade. That was valid to me on 2 days. Someone else would have waited for, maybe another liquidity sweep because that's what's valid for them. That's what they tested. Or someone might not even take this trade because it's not valid to them. Like I said, if you guys don't know what's happening on the live markets, you avoid it at all cost. If it's not fitting your trading plan, you avoid it at all cost. And then you can test it out. Test it, does it work? Forward test it, back test it, get data on it, and then you have information. The dumbest thing you can do is ask questions. Oh, is this valid for blah blah? If you don't know, test it out, because someone else can say, oh yeah, it's valid, and then someone else can say, oh yeah, it's not valid. You don't know until you start testing it out. But yeah, if you guys are interested in my mentorship, getting unlimited one-on-one calls with me, these daily group calls, and checking out my entire analysis, all my trades, all my outlooks, every single week I provide them. As proof here, like I post this every single week. Sometimes I have to do a whole video breakdown. This next week I'm going to be risking $1,000 each setup with a potential profit of 58K. If you guys want to join, just DM me and I'll reply back. I'll tell you guys what it is, what I do, how to join, etc. But yeah, see you guys in the next breakdown.